Hi, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw. I'm Michael Cole, here with King Valkyrie and with James E. Cornett. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw, we're going to see the TWF 24/7 winnings on stake here today. You know, when Xia Li takes on Xia Li fights, puts her TWF 24/7 winnings on stake. Here today, Michael Cole says, I can tell you one thing, King Valkyrie says, Xia Li was the one I lost my TWF 24/7 winnings to in the 11th month of last year. And I haven't since the 11th month of last year, and she has been unbeaten since then. Most likely the longest lording TWF 24/7 fighter we had in some time. I'll tell you right now, Michael Cole and King Valkyrie, James E. Cornett says, Xia Li happens to be one of those very rarely skilled wrestlers that came from the Folkreich of Eastland. If you can call that hellhole a Folkreich, it's more of a speakership. And she is a really good skilled wrestler, skilled fighter, even though I don't really think being the 24/7 fighter is the right cast for her. Well, you have the right to your thoughts and beliefs, James. Believe me, you do, Michael Cole says. We only worked together a little while and not between 98 while on Sunday Night Heat and the first following of SmackDown. And also, don't forget about Shotgun Saturday Night. Yeah, I guess so. And you also did New York with me too. Yeah, who can forget about it? All those shows with you. Well, here comes Xia Li coming to the ring now. I know some of you folks out there think that since I got fired from WWE in True Life, you think somehow that would mean that I wouldn't be in the TWF, or I still wouldn't be the TWF 24/7 fighter. Well, think again, because no man or woman has been skilled enough to take the TWF 24/7 winnings off of me. So I'm daring anyone who wants to come after me for it to do it. Well, here comes Astronema now, the overseer of leadership of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, a rank that TNAW had at one time for its overseers, then withdrew it, and then brought it back again. Michael Cole says. Now, let me tell you one thing right now, King Valkyrie says. Astronema might need be the nearest thing that the TWF has to Adam Pearce and Nick Ambrose, if I'm saying his kid name right, and Ava Rain, and Santino Marella. That's the nearest thing we have to those four folks there, more like those, four folks there, King Valkyrie says. I tell you right now, I don't like Xia Li's luck. I know Astronema and Corone. I know how they behaved like. Hell, she's only been in the Toy Wrestling Gathering since the end of 2020 YL. So you think there is no man or no woman who can take the TWF 24/7 winnings off of you, Xia Li? Do you think you are unbeatable and unstoppable? Well, that gives me a thought. So here today on Monday Night Raw, or a Alone Night Raw, Xia Li, you will put your TWF 24/7 winnings, on stake here today against someone of my choosing. Well, who is that going to be? Who's the man? Who's the woman? I don't care. I'll beat them all. Well, Ecliptor says, you should care about who you're wrestling, or who you're fighting, or who you'll be warring against. Because any man or woman can be beaten on any given day. So you will give my daughter, my elderling, some onlook. Ecliptor goes. Well, it could be you, Xia Li says, since you were a former TWF 24/7 fighter, Ecliptor. Yeah, I wasn't here, but I heard how you hit and knocked down R-Truth and won his winnings on the first night that Astronema first showed up in the toy wrestling gathering, and that would at least have been what? 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago? Yeah, I only been here for 4 years, Astronema says, but you're going to be fighting someone who has been here at least longer than 4 years. Someone who's been on the show on and off over the years. Ernest P. Worrell. Well, Astronema has said Xia Li has to fight Ernest P. Worrell, and I don't know how that's going to work out, Michael Cole says. Are you kidding me? Ernest P. Worrell doesn't know a body slam from a backbreaker. King Valkyrie says, and he's been in the toy wrestling gathering since 2012 YL. Or no, it was 2011 YL. My forgiveness, King Valkyrie said. Yeah, that's right, Michael Cole said. He has been here for that long, and he is a former TWF hard middle fighter and a former TWF tag team fighter, Michael Cole says. Yeah, well, it's almost like booking Shane McMahon to win the WWE even land winnings, WWE hard middle winnings, the WWE, winning the World Tag Team winnings. That's just how bad it is. Alright, Xia Li, you might look at me and you might think to yourself that you can beat me. You're thinking, oh, this gotta be a stunt, has to be a lark, it's some kind of skit of some kind. Oh, this is what, and you would think you would be right, but it is not. Well, you want to fight me? Go ahead, Ernest P. Worrell. It's going to be your burial. Now, this is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, he is Ernest P. Worrell, and she is the TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. Ernest P. Worrell is coming up now. Oh, the Fight Lord just fell. Oh, Xia Li just hit him and knocked him down right on top of the Fight Lord by mistake, because the Fight Lord, took that time to fall over. And Xia Li just knocked him right down with her leg. So I do not know if Ernest P. Worrell is going to be the one, to unseat Xia Li as a TWF 24/7 fighter, Michael Cole says. Well, I would have taken my hat off to him, King Valkyrie said, if he was. I mean, Ernest P. Worrell did play winnable ball, but it wasn't the NBA. It was more of a near winnable ball team. He was also happened to play football, but I was more for Chickasaw Falls near football team, and it really wasn't the NFL or the UFL or the CFL, King Valkyrie says. Yeah, well, Ernest P. Worrell somehow was never a wrestler or a fighter, and some way, somehow, he won winnings here in the toy wrestling gathering, and I don't know if that is a stunt or a lark. I mean, what's he going to do, klutz out? Because that's only going to beat someone like Xia Li, King Valkyrie said. James E. Cornette said, Xia Li got away. Ernest P. Worrell got lucky. Oh, he just knocked her down with the hard end in his cap. Ernest P. Worrell has a hard end in his cap, Michael Cole says. So this is how it's going to end, King Valkyrie says. I don't know, James E. Cornette said. If Ernest P. Worrell wins, then we all know this is how bad things have been. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And still, here is your winner and the new TWF 24/7 fighter, Ernest P. Worrell. Well, Ernest P. Worrell is the new TWF 24/7 fighter, and Xia Li's getting up. Oh! Xia Li just knocked him right down with that kick she always does. And since the 24/7 winnings is still on stake because the Fight Lord's still there, 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner in the new TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. And Xia Li has beaten Ernest P. Worrell and won back her TWF 24/7 winnings. Well, Michael Cole said, it was fun while it lasted, but I guess all good things gotta come to an end. And I guess that includes Ernest P. Worrell's first and only run as a TWF 24/7 fighter, Michael Cole says. King Valkyrie says it was a wonder that Ernest won the TWF 24/7 winnings, since we all know Ernest P. Worrell hasn't really been known to be a wrestler or a fighter of any kind. Yes, he has had sundry work over all of his films, as well as his Farseer show that ran for one following, but I don't think wrestler was ever one of them. King Valkyrie said, oh, no, James E. Cornette said, go back to Ernest Goes to Learn, when he was wrestling a wrestler, but sadly he only grabbed him by his finger, kind of missed the whole coming from the top steeple thing, and it got thrown into a winnable ball net, hoop, whatever, and said that last hold was clearly unlawful. But I don't really know if that made him a skilled wrestler or a skilled fighter of any kind. And I guess not. Well, right now, I guess not, James E. Cornette said. Well, right now, Michael Cole says, we're going to take it away to Mike today. Thank you, Michael Cole. I'm going to be talking with Ernest P. Worrell here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. Well, sadly, Ernest P. Worrell, you were the first man to give Xia Li her first loss. Only, sadly, you didn't win it. Oh, I won it, Mike, today. But then, sadly, Mike, Xia Li ended up beating me, and somehow, some way, she ended up winning it back. Now, some folks out there might think it's a stunner lark that I even wrestled and fought for the TWF 24/7 winnings. Some out there might think that, oh, the TWF isn't taking themselves earnest. Play on my name, right? Well, I don't really think that we've ever taken ourselves way too much earnest. And as far as what the skilled wrestling followership likes and what they don't like, they mostly bitch about the true skilled wrestling businesses and not so much for the fake toy wrestling businesses out there. But anyway, I was lucky. I beat Xia Li. Too bad I didn't hold on to the TWF 24/7 winnings that long. No, you did not, Ernest. But you did one thing every man and woman could not do since the 11th month of last year. Beat Xia Li for the TWF 24/7 winnings. Do you have any goals of winning it back? I don't know. It might be what you would call a one-off. I don't know if I'm going to make it a full-time thing or not. I mean, I show up every once in a while, but I don't know if I'm going to make it a full-time thing only to go after Xia Li and the TWF 24/7 winnings, know what I mean? Well, that's my talk with Ernest P. Worrell. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Mike, today for talking with Ernest P. Worrell here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. And that's all the time we got here for Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. I, Michael Cole, King Valkyrie, And that's all the time we've got here for Monday Night Raw. I, Michael Cole, King Valkyrie, and James E. Cornette, we hope you like Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.